Hi, good day everyone. We are Group 3 and we are here to you to present our research presentation. But first, let us introduce ourselves.
I am Rose Imaylin Paz.
Hi, I'm Sidrich Andre Zulueta Monteroso, a member of Group 3.
Hi, I'm Krisha Jane P. Hulang.
So with the introduction aside, let me introduce to you our research entitled The Perception of Selected Students Towards the Prices of Food Commodities in School Canteen, a phenomenological study.
So our first statement of the problem is, what are the opinions of student respondents in the continuous increase of food commodities in the school canteen? What steps do the students take to adjust the rising prices of food items in the Landi National High School canteen? Why do most of the selected students of Landi National High School prefer to buy food at the canteen rather than bring food to school?
Students' perception of the cost of meals in the canteen are the center of this investigation. This study provides a foundation or understanding on how students are impacted by price increase on food items in the canteen. Price increases force students to reevaluate their spending plans, which creates yet another significant issue.
Significance of the study. This study will help the students, especially those who are conserving their allowances, and consider more sensible options while selecting their meals. It will also give the teachers and the school officials the knowledge that they need to understand to the impact of the canteen's rising prices.
Students, price is frequently the deciding factor. High food costs are often a much bigger problem for students because they use the few income they receive from their parents to handle other living expenses. Thus, their perception on the prices of food commodities is extremely detrimental because they're a consumer. Inflation is also affecting children, especially us students. The cost of food being sold in a school cafeteria or canteen is starting to increase. As a result, the parents begin to worry about whether their child's allowance will be enough to purchase food for their canteen. According to the Philippine Statistics and Authority, food prices in the Philippines rose by 7.4% in September, accelerating from a 6.3% gain a month earlier. This is the highest food inflation since November 2018. Main upward pressure came from the cost of all food commodities in the country. Students' perception of the cost of meals in the canteen are the center of this investigation. This study provides a foundation for understanding how students are impacted by price increase on food items in the canteen. Price increases force students to reevaluate their spending plans, which creates yet another significant issue.
The development of children's long-term eating habits are all significantly influenced by the food they receive at school. The canteen reinforces concepts, abilities, and behaviors about healthy eating that are taught in the classroom. In order to promote nutritious foods and develop a culture of healthy eating among students, the school canteen is crucial.
Research design. This study used phenomenological research. This focuses on the opinions of Landi National High School students on the prices of different food commodities in the Landi National High School canteen. Research locale. This study will be carried out at the Landi National High School in Barangay Landi, Santa Cruz, Marinduque. 20 selected students would be respondents of the researchers. Because of the financial issue that the students are having, this research was conducted.
Research instruments. The researchers employed a 3-question questionnaire, a piece of paper for noting significant information, a pen for writing, and cell phone for recording purposes.
This study strongly accepted and applied high ethical standards considerations. A participant's identity was kept secret, and the identifiers or pseudonyms must be rigorously adhered to. All information and data were authentic, accurately recorded, confirmed by the participants, subjected to peer debriefing, and no outcomes were changed or made up.
Data collection procedure, the researchers asked the chosen students personal questions about the study as part of an interviewing or questionnaire technique. The tools needed to undertake this research are first step up by the researchers. Following that, the researchers gathered information from the students on their experiences in accordance with the query posed. The researchers then translate the respondents' response.
This qualitative study examined the perception of the selected students towards the prices of food commodities sold in school canteen. The preceding section provided the Bell of Essential principle as well as the significant subject. The researcher gave each 5 of the participants in the study plenty of time to respond in the interview question. The in-depth of the interview lasted approximately 10 minutes, covered with the opinion of the students towards the prices of the food commodities sold in the canteen. Opinion of the students in the prices of food commodities in the canteen. Essential themes: prices. Categories: overpriced. Thematic statement: I feel like some of the products sold in the canteen are overpriced. Second category is not that high. Thematic statement: none, because as of the moment food prices aren't that high. The third category is price increase. Thematic statement: the prices of different products are continuously increasing. Prices are typically determining factor if a consumer will buy the product or not. They would ask themselves if the product is worth spending on. Smart consumers tender the decision first before buying the product. Thus, this applies also in the students when it comes to buying food at the canteen.
Foods in the canteen like burgers.
Kind of overpriced food, and some of the candies are overpriced. As a London National High School student, I feel like some of the products being sold in the canteen are overpriced, and I think that it's something that students should be aware of. I feel sad because the prices are too high, even the cost. As the price of commodities increases, my savings shrink, thus leading to more spending, while the price of food items are increasing. The money that I spend is also increasing. It appears that they are still experiencing negative effect as a result of the high and continually increasing prices of various products being sold in the canteen. These overpriced items have a noticeable impact on their finances and the overall quality of life. Despite their efforts to budget, and make responsible financial decisions, the step cost of these products have made it difficult for them to fully meet their basic needs and maintain a sense of financial stability. As such, it is clear that the issue of overpriced products in the canteen is a significant concern for this respondent and one that continues to affect them on a daily basis.
Steps that the students take to adjust to the rising prices of food items. Essential team budget. The first category is not enough, and its thematic statement is, with limited allowance, sometimes I'm forced not to buy foods in the canteen. The second category is saving, and its thematic statement is, I will avoid buying too much food in order for me to save money. The last category is budgeting, and its thematic statement is, my parents adjust to this dilemma through budgeting. Budgeting is essential if you want to control your monthly spending, be ready for life's unforeseen events, and be able to buy expensive products without falling into debt. It doesn't have to be tedious. You don't have to be brilliant at arithmetic, and keeping track of your income and expenses doesn't mean you can buy the items you want. Simply said, it means you'll be more aware of where your money is going and in charge of your finances. A budget may ensure that you have adequate money, and it is a written plan you create to determine how much money will you spend. Although budgeting takes time and effort, it prevents you from living above your means and helps you to understand your spending habits. Nowadays, students are struggling to manage their budget due to the continuous increase of the prices of the food commodity. They are confused on what will they choose to buy to satisfy their hunger and to fulfill their needs.
Sometimes I'm forced not to buy foods in the canteen. I will avoid buying too much food in order for me to save money. My parents adjust to this dilemma through budgeting. In this study, we intend to observe students' behavior and spending habits in the campus, and we will help students, especially those who are preserving their allowances, consider more sensible options while sending meals. This study also determined how the rising cost of various food items at the Landi National High School canteen.
As for me, I don't spend too much money on food, but I prefer to bring my own food. Yes, I do bring my own food. The responses above shows how students adjust to the matter at hand. Bringing their own food gave comfort to them because not only it is free, it also is the food that they like, making it a suitable alternative to students who don't want to buy at the canteen due to its price. Some aren't that affected in the increase. They would still buy at the canteen. They buy the food they prefer but still manage and control themselves not to buy a food isn't suited for their budget. The preference of the students shows that they prefer to bring food to school as it affects their allowance when they purchase at the canteen. Bringing their food to school enables them to satisfy their hunger without any concern about its prices because it is free. It also shows that there are students who still buy at the canteen despite its high prices. That's because they don't have any choices and they can't go outside to buy food.
Study aims to know the different viewpoints of choosing Landi National High School student on the cost increase of various food items available in the school canteen. The method that the researchers use is by observing the behavior and spending habits of the chosen student of Landi National High School. In this study, we interviewed several students and obtained unique answers. The challenge that the selected student encountered is the food increase in food items at the school canteen. Students who often purchase meals from the canteen are becoming more and more conscious of the growing cost of foods. Due to it, the selected students had a way to overcome this matter, budgeting their allowance and being wise in buying foods that suit their budget. Some students still prefer to buy at the canteen since they are not affected by it, while some students prefer to bring their food. This is what the researchers concluded from their analysis and the interpretation of the data that they acquired. Recess play a specific function in school life because they satisfy students' demand for energy and refreshment. The positive learning environment, the academic and extracurricular performance of the kids, and all of these are affected. However, because of the ongoing increase in food prices across the nation as a result of inflation, school canteens are unable to serve kids a price that is within their means.
Conclusion. In conclusion, all of the respondents share what they are experiencing about the increase of price commodities in the canteen. Some of them stated that the price increase in the canteen should not be surprising because nowadays all the products are being increased. For example, the increase of food commodities. And others have complained that the canteen food prices is hard to adapt to due to the high prices of food being sold in it. Students also share insights on how they manage to adapt to the problem at hand. Many is considering budgeting as their solution. They thoroughly manage their expenses, only buying foods that fit in their budget, but also spending wisely so that additional savings can be saved in the process. Many respondents also say that the prices in the canteen are too high, so some of them prefer to just buy food to save on high prices in the canteen. In this day and age, the price is really increasing. The price is increasing everywhere, even in small stores and large stores. Its effect continues to grow and worsens among students whose standard of living is not that good. That's why the increase in the price of food in the canteen is also a blow to the parents of students who buy food in the canteen.
Recommendations. After coming up with this study, The researchers should recommend that the students, teachers, school, parents, and future researchers should comprehend that they play a crucial role in dealing with the increase of food commodities in the school canteen. To the students, they should have a broad understanding that regarding the reason for the constant increase in the price of goods in the school canteen so that they can make purchases, planning, or choose the right products to buy in the school canteen. For the teachers, they should continue to provide guidance or knowledge to students who are constantly wondering or confused about the continued increase in the prices in the school canteen as to what is the real cause and effect of the increase in these prices in the school canteen. For the school, the Constitution should take into consideration the opinions of students in order for them to sell food that is affordable and is budget friendly. For the parents, they should try to help their children in budgeting their daily needs in order for them to lessen the burden of budgeting for the students. For the future researchers, they might use the findings of this research as a reference point for their own work related to this and other relevant topics, since this study is all about the students' perspective toward the price of food commodities in the school canteen.